if you have a fear that you have an idea, you have a unique idea, you have an idea for a new startup, for a new business that is totally unique, and you have a fear that if you tweet it, if you tell that idea to your friends or someone, to your partners, or if you just reveal that what the idea is, then people will copy your idea, someone will copy your idea, and then they will execute that idea before you, then this episode is for you.
You got the best business on your side. Now, raise the money, hire experts, and go. I am here to answer your questions. Start making video content.
If you think that people will steal your idea, then just remember, the startup is not only the idea. A startup is attached to the team. A startup is attached to its why. A startup is attached to the core value, to the person who invented, whose idea is this. It's not all about money. Startup running behind money, the startup running behind fame, or they cannot grow that level where a startup with a strong why and a strong base attached to a core value to that person will grow. So you just don't need to worry about the person who will copy your idea. In the end of this video, I'm going to tell my idea. What is my unique idea? What is my startup idea? So because I don't have any fear about, people will copy that startup idea or people will start executing it immediately, because, idea generation can be, easy thing, but execution is 100 times more harder than just an idea. There are hundreds of more ideas if you just Google it, there are, you'll see lots of idea that has never been executed before, but people will not execute. Look, nobody will, make their job and leave all their things and start executing on your idea. The startup will only be successful if it is attached to the core of that idea, and the core is inside the person who has invented that idea. Nobody can execute the way you can execute your idea, so you don't need to worry about that. There are so many people on Twitter, I see so many tweets that I will not reveal my idea because people will copy it. I'm very worried about what if I tell this idea, then he will copy. You don't need to worry about all the things. Some of my friends also, they are worried that I told my idea to XYZ person and now he will execute. Execution is not that easy. Execution required, a startup required a base, a strong base, an idea attached to the core of the person. If I wanted to become a doctor one day, I will not become a doctor because my competitors are, there is so much scope inside doctor. I want to become a doctor because it should come from inside of you. If I wanted to be an architecture, it should come inside from me. If I want to be a cricketer, I cannot force someone, or you cannot force me to become a cricketer. It should come from inside, and only then I can scale it. Someone may execute your idea and someone start working on your idea, but they cannot scale it to that level where you can scale, because why you are doing. The why is clear, and the person who are stealing, they don't have their own why because they don't generated that idea. So that's very important. Next thing is, you have seen so many successful business people, or there are so many great ideas that are on working level, that are at their peak. Then why don't you think that people, CEOs or managers, they don't get separated and exactly copy the same idea and start executing? Because they know that if you copy the same concept, it is not going to work, because it's not their why, it's not their idea, it's not their base, and copying thing will not help you to scale it to the next level. You can actually go to some level, but it's not expandable, it's not scalable. So that's why people who separated out from the major companies, bigger companies, they do not execute the same idea. They work on their own startup, but there is a different idea and different product and different service model, whatever it is. So you don't need to worry about idea getter, someone will steal your idea and they will start executing. It's not going to happen. This person who cannot think of the idea, there is very, very, very less chance that he will execute the same way you wanted to execute. So you don't need to worry about this. So as I promised that I am going to tell my startup idea, what startup I want to start. So the idea is that I want to create a video marketing software, a video marketing platform for brands, for businesses, where people from one side will register as a video creator and brands will hire them according to their skills, and they will use them to talk about their brands, talk about their products, talk about their services. That's the platform, that's the idea. But if I'm telling this, that nobody is going to copy this idea, nobody is going to start executing this, because the core of this value, the core of this idea, I know what is the core. I know why I'm doing this. I'm 100% clear with the why, and the people who are going to copy this are not going to execute it the way I'm going to execute it. Because only I know what is the why and how to scale it, what system to attach it, what is the framework, and what is the system, what is the base of this idea, what is the foundation of this idea. Nobody can copy that because it's all inside my mind. They can only copy the idea and start executing, but they don't know what they are doing. They might, they don't know how to scale it. They might have their own plans or they have something else, but they cannot copy the way I can execute it. They cannot execute it in that way. So you don't need to worry about. Look, what happens when people try to copy? It's a startup, it's a business. It requires a strong foundation. And you cannot, we are not copying an art piece. We are not copying something, that is, we copy normally, we copy like quits and all. It's not that. It's a startup. It's a big thing. It requires so much effort. It requires so much money. It requires so much time. It requires team. It requires, sacrifices. It's not that easy. So people are not going to copy that easily anything. So you don't need to worry about your idea, and just relax. Nobody is going to copy your idea. That's what message I wanted to tell you. Look, there are so many ideas that are open, that are on Google. There are so many business models. Ready business models are out there. There are so many e-commerce sites, trying to copy Amazon, trying to copy Flipkart or whatever it is. So why they are not successful? Hundreds of e-commerce websites are, people are trying to start e-commerce websites, but they are not successful because they are not clear with the why. They are just copying things. Copying will not help you, scale the business. You can actually start, but you cannot scale it. You cannot grow it. Again, next thing is starting an e-commerce. Amazon's model is out there. You know what it takes to, what it takes to run an e-commerce agency, run an e-commerce website, e-commerce site, e-commerce business. But why people are not able to do it? Because execution is very hard. The business model is open, but still people can do this and think of your idea, which is only an idea. So you don't need to worry about that. I have another idea that I wanted to start a hide and seek park. But what will happen if somebody copies and start a hide and seek park? They don't know my why I want to start a hide and seek. Why I want to start hide and seek park? I want to start hide and seek park because it's for me and my friends. It's my unique idea. That's my why. And people will do it for business. I don't care. I don't give a shit about that. I don't want to interfere. This is not actually a competition. He is not my competitor if he create 10 hide and seek park. I don't care about that. So that's different why, different people. And this is how all things work. So you don't need to worry about the your idea of ever being get stolen, or just don't worry. Just relax and start executing on your own idea as well.